Welcome friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Zubair Altaf Qureshi again with a new video, and this time this is the part 4th of the VPNs. Before we begin the sessions for this VPN, uh, just would like to remind you, if you have not subscribed, liked or shared my channel, kindly do subscribe, like and share my channel as much as possible. So without wasting much time, let's begin. Let's have a look at the agenda of this session today. And last time what we did was GRE, right? Generic routing encapsulation, and that was point to point. In a sense, when you specified say the tunnel source and destination, it was like static, right? You cannot change it. So now in this video we'll go with mGRE, multi-point GRE. We will overcome that issue of GRE, and then we have NHRP. This is next hop resolution protocol. This works, the mGRE works in conjunction with NHRP, and NHRP is used to resolve the public to the private to public IP. And then we'll see the advantages as well as the disadvantages of mGRE, and then I will do a demonstration and we'll capture some packets to see how the mGRE packet looks like, and if hopefully I'll get time, we'll discuss about DMVPN. Okay, so let's begin. So in this video, what I have is I have this router 1. Okay, I have router 1, I have router 2, I have router 3, I have router 4, and I have the cloud. This is the internet, and this is actually R5, so they are connected like this. So what we will do is in mGRE we will have multiple tunnel interface. We will have a single tunnel interface, say tunnel interface 10. Okay, let's go with 10. We will have tunnel interface 10 here, as well as tunnel interface 10 here, and also here, right? We will have tunnel interface 10 everywhere. But with that same tunnel, I'll have a neighbor with this R2, with this R3, with this R4, and likewise on R5 I will have R1, R3, and R2. So but remember, you used to do inside the tunnel interface, you used to specify the IP address, right? IP address, that is first of all is the 192, that is the public IP of private IP of this tunnel interface, right? And then you have a public IP. For that, you used to do is a tunnel source, either your public IP or your interface, right? So say Ethernet 0/0, I'll say the interface. Then you had tunnel destination. So when you specify this tunnel destination, this becomes point to point, right? So that outer header will always have this tunnel source and this tunnel destination. But for mGRE, what we'll do is we'll specify the source. Say 151 15.1, that is this one, 1 to 5, right? 15.1. But destination is unknown, right? So I can go to R4, I can go to R3, I can go to R2, right? So for that we will be using NHRP, next hop resolution protocol, and we will not have this destination field. Instead we will say tunnel mode multipoint GRE, right? GRE multipoint. So that's the idea of what we'll be doing. Okay, let's begin. I'll go to my topology, right? So this is my topology that I was discussing, right? So what we will do is I'll go to my secure CRT, right? I have R1. Let's see what interfaces do I have. Show IP interfaces brief. I have 1 to 1, 11, and I have my IP address. Okay, this one. What about R2? Okay, R2 is not configured, so I'll go and configure this quickly. Interface Ethernet 0/0. This is IP address 150.1.25.2 255.255.255.0, and I'll do a no shut, and interface loopback 0. I need IP address, I need as 2.2.2.2 255.255 .255.0. Then I need another loopback, that is 1. IP address 22.22.22.22 255.255.255.0, right? That's all I need, and I need a default route, IP route 0.0.0.0.0.0.0.0 going to my ISP 151. From 25 it's 2.5, right? And also I'll change the host name to R2. Nice. Save the config. Let's go to R3. Let's see what's the condition. Do show IP interface brief. Nice. It has the addresses. And what about R4? Yeah, let's check the show IP route. I should have a route, default route. So I should be able to ping 150.1. Public IP of R2 is 25.2, right? That is working. And I should be able to reach 15.1, that is R1, and I should be able to reach R3. Nice. So that connectivity is there. So let's go and configure this on the notepad, right? So I have my notepad. So let's go to R1. So R1 is here, right? So R1, I'll say interface. First of all, I need to specify tunnel interface, right? Then IP address for that is 192.168.1.1 255.255.255.0. Then I need to specify tunnel source, that is my Ethernet 0/0, or you can say the public IP, that is 150.1.15.1. Either will do. Okay, I'll specify the. Then I have to say tunnel mode GRE multi-point. Once you specify this, then that means you need to work with NHRP. Okay, NHRP is like if you guys have worked with a frame relay, it has DLCI number, right? That is mapping with your layer 2 MAC address, right? Here it's mapping of your public to private. So let's see the tunnel IP to the public IP. So to specify this, you need IP NHRP. First of all, you need to enable the process. That is done by this. So you can say 100, right? First thing is to enable the process. So you do by saying this command. Like in eIGRP, if you say router eIGRP 100, and it enables the eIGRP process, right? Likewise, this is the command that enables the the network, this NHRP. So once this is done, you will look for the NHRP mapping, right? So let's do this. Let's do paste this on all the routers, plus I'll do the authentication also. So for IP NHRP, you can say authentication and then the key. I'll say Cisco, and also you can do the authentication for your tunnel also. That is like tunnel key and then the key, right? Cisco 123. You can do that. Okay, I'll not do this. I'll just stick with the authentication on the like NHRP. Okay, so I specified the tunnel source, I specified the mode, and I specified the NHRP network ID, right? Now let's see what happens. Okay, let me just copy this on R1 and go to R1 and paste it, right? So this is done. So if I see on these two show IP interface brief, I should have tunnel 10, right? So next is my R2, right? I'll copy this and I'll paste this here. So this is my R2, right? And this is my R2 will have 1.2. That's it. That's all I need to change on R2. Let's go to R2. Let's go to R2. Where is it? Here. Let's go to R2 and paste it. Okay, some mistake is there. With the IP address. So there is there's no space actually. So this is done, right? And if I go to my do show IP interface brief, I should have tunnel 10. Nice. And now let's go to R3. So for R3 same, copy paste space instead of 3, instead of 2 3, right? So copy here, go to R3, paste it, done, right? Show IP interface brief. So that is up. Now let's go to R4. Likewise R4, right? So R4 goes with 1.4. So I'll copy this, and R4 is here, config T, paste it, exit, do show IP interface brief. So now let's see, can I okay, just let me try this 192.168.1.1. Do you think this ping will be successful? Yeah, yes or no? If you have like gone through my GRE sessions, so you will see what happens when I do this ping, right? So what happens is why not able to grab, okay, why not able to grab the pen? I'm not able to grab the pen. Wait a second, guys. Okay. Some problem. Anyways, let me just minimize these things. Okay. So if I take this one, right? If I take this one, sorry guys. Okay, now I can do this. Yeah. So if I take this one, so yeah. So what happens is when I ping from my tunnel source, say I did from R4, right? R4. So it I am doing a ping to what 192.168.1.1, right? What happens on the like behind the scenes is it checks the routing table, right? So it checks that the exit interface is my tunnel, right? Tunnel 10, and then inside tunnel 10 I can see my tunnel source and my tunnel destination. That is what specifies the external header, right? The public header, right? But for here I have just the source, and for destination I don't have anything. So this destination is filled by the protocol, that is NHRP. For this you have to create a mapping table for NHRP that maps NHRP, that maps the private to public, the tunnel interface to public address. So how do you do that is you go to your let me close this, and let me go to my this and open this and this. So in R1 just imagine, what do I need? R1. So how do you specify is IP NHRP map, then the private, the tunnel IP dot 1. I'm dot 1, right? I don't need to resolve dot 1, I need to resolve dot 2. What is the public IP? 25.2. Likewise IP NHRP map 192.168.1.3. What is the public IP? 35.3. Boom, right? IP NHRP, easy, right? Map 192.168.1.4. What is the public IP? 45.4. Done, right? So this is it. I have like mapped my R1, R2, R3, R4 on R1, right? Here if I go, sorry, I need to go to my interface tunnel 10 and then paste it, right? So done. Now I can go to my R2. I'll copy this. Easy peasy, right? Copying, pasting. So that's why I suggest to use this interface tunnel 10, this notepad while configuring. So for R2 I don't need 2, right? I need 1. 1 is on 15, right? 15.1. Nice. Boom. Copy paste. Easy. Copy paste. R2, if I go, done. End. Right? Okay, right. Then on R3 I'll again copy this, paste it on R3 here, right? Copy paste. So on R3 I do not need 3, that should be 2, and this is like 25.2. Done. Copy, go to R3, paste. Nice. Done. Now let's go to R4. R4 needs what? R4 needs not 4, it needs 3. That is 35.3. Copy and paste. Okay, before that let's do that ping, right? 192.168.1.1. You should see that it fails, right? Because I don't have that mapping. Okay, how do you stop? Control C, not happening. Control X, Control Z. Okay, now what you do is config T, and then you paste this. Now when I do this and then I do this ping again, boom, it's happening, right? How is it happening is do show IP NHRP map. If you see, okay, exit, show IP NHRP map. Okay, I'll see brief. So you can see, right, I have this mapping of my tunnel IP to the public IP, NBMA, right? You can see that. But just remember to see this difference later on. This is static. We're doing this statically, mapping one to one, right? And you will see dynamic also in this. In DMVPN you will see dynamic. So this is your mGRE. But the problem here is, so tomorrow if a new site comes up, right? Say a new site comes up. So what happens is your R6. I don't know why my pen is not working. No, it's not working. Say R6, if this comes up, you have to again go and like specify on R3 the mapping towards R6, on R2 mapping towards R6, on R4 mapping towards R6, on R1 mapping towards R6, right? Then on R6 you need mapping to R2, R3, R4, R1, right? This is cumbersome, right? Like the configuration wise, you have to do a lot of configuration, right? So that can be one of the disadvantages, but if you see the advantages also, right? So R6 is there, but if you see the advantages also there, the thing is from GRE, right, we had only a point to point. Now we have multi-point. We can have like all the sites connecting to each other, right, talking to each other. So that is the advantage. If you see if you see, and disadvantage is your like configuration wise, right? Huge configuration, manual configuration, cumbersome. That can be a disadvantage, right? So let's do one thing. So now I have connectivity from where? From every router to every like tunnel interface, right? From every tunnel interface to every other tunnel interface. If I go to R1 and I say do ping 192.168.1. Which one? 1.2. Okay, it will work. 1.3 work. 1.4 work. Let's capture this. On where? On say R1. Capture this and let's see the even though you have seen this earlier, but let's see once again just to brush up this thing, right? Let's go to where? R1. On my R1, if I do this ping of 1.2, so I should see the packet like this. I have the ICMP, I have the internal header that is specifying the 1.12 with this, and then GRE, which use protocol 47, right? And then the external header. This is the source is like taken from the tunnel interface, tunnel source command, and the destination from the mapping, right? So you get the external header. You can see protocol number 47, right? So that is this. And then now what we'll do is let's run ERGRP over this to okay. So for ERGRP you just need to understand this is that, let me grab this, let me minimize this thing, right? And me grab my pen. So for EIGRP, just imagine, okay? So we are running EIGRP and EIGRP sends hellos, right? hellos. That is how it forms neighborship. Hellos on 224.0.0.10, right? But just see the NHRP table. NHRP table. I have mapping to R2, R3, and R4. But what about the hellos? How the hellos will be propagated, right? So you need to have mapping for the multicast address to be sent to particular neighbors with which you want to form neighbors. So the command would be same IP NHRP, then you will say multicast, right? And then the public IP, say for from R1 to R2 it's 25.2, and from R1 to R3 is 35.3, and also to 4 is 4, like this, and vice versa also. You should have the mappings like that, multicast mappings. But before configuring, just remember to shut the tunnel interface. Tunnel 10, you should shut it, and then after configuration of EIGRP, then you should bring it up. No shut, right? So this is the procedure. Let's do this. So I have to go to my R1. Let's go to the notepad first before going to R1 on the CLI. So this is my notepad, right? So R1, what I'll do is I'll go to my this is so here what I'll say is IP NHRP map multicast to, you can copy this, paste, right? Likewise, I will have 3 separate, what do you say, statements for this should be 35.3, this should be 45.4. So this is on R1. Then I'll say router EIGRP 100 no auto summary, right? No auto summary, and then I network command. Network for R1 I have 1.0.0.0.255, and then I have network 11.55, then I have network. So you should have the network of the tunnel 192.168.1.0. Just remember that is very important. You have to form neighborship over the tunnel. Okay. So yeah, that is it for R1. Let's copy this for R1 like this, but you have to go to interface tunnel 10 before specifying the NHRP commands. Okay, and then interface tunnel 10 I have to shut it. Okay, remember that, and go to R2 config T interface tunnel 10. First I'll shut it, and then I will have this command here on R2, paste it. So what I need to change is on R2 I don't need this, I need 15.1, right? And yeah, I need to change this 22.22.22.0 and also 222. I need 2.2.2, and this is fine. So I'll copy this, I'll go to this, paste, and write config T interface tunnel 10, right? So next time I'll do no shut here. So on, okay, what happened? Again I have gone to this. I need this on R3. Now this is R2. I'll go to R3, copy paste. So I need on R3 1, but I don't need 3, so I'll go to this 25.2, and this is fine. On R3 it's 3.3.3.3, and this would be 33, right? 33.33.33.0. So I need to copy this, right? Copy and paste it on R3. R3 is my enable configure T interface tunnel 10, and paste it, and I'll say exit interface tunnel 10, and I'll shut it down. Okay, and I'll go for R4 or 4. I have to do the same thing, but here I don't need this. I need 35.3, and this is like 4.4.4.4, and this is 44, right? 44.44.44, right? So I'll copy this, config T, interface tunnel 10, shut first of all, and then paste this command. Okay, let's do no shut one by one. Go to R1, no shut, go to R2, no shut, go to R3, no shut, go to R4, no shut. Okay, interface tunnel 10, no shut. Okay, let's see here. Let's go to R1, and you can see my neighborship is up. Exit, do show IP ERGRP neighbors. So if I see I have neighborship with R4, R3, R2 at the same time, if I go to R2, I will have neighborship with R1, R3, R4. Exit, do show IP ERGRP neighbors, like this. So right, so this is your what do you say, mGRE, right? So over this, what we can do is, if I okay, let me go to my R1 and see the routes. Do show IP route. So if I see, I have all the like loopbacks, right? So if I ping from here to 44.44.44.44 via source of loopback 0, that is successful, right? So this is your what, mGRE. But then again, if you go and capture this, it will be clear text, right? Capture, and then capture, right? So if you go here, it will be and let me try ping this one again, right? Let's wait for the Wireshark to turn up, right? So I have done a ping here, you can see, going from R1. So internal is this, external this, and I can see the data, right? The payload, it is echo request. So this is clear text, right? Again, to make it secure, you can use IPSec, right? How do you do that? All the steps, remember? So you have phase 1 policy. So how do you say is this one? I'll take it like okay, say crypto IPSec amp policy, then the number, then use encryption. Encryption is say des, authentication is pre-shared, then you use hash MD5, then you use the group 2, right? Then you have the what do you say, the key, pre-shared key, right? The key, that is crypto IPSec amp key Cisco 123, right? Cisco 123. But here I have multiple pairs, right? So I can specify 0.0.0 like that, right? That is my key, and then I can have my transform set, right? Phase 2 transform set. Phase 2 transform set would be crypto IPSec transform set name ESP des ESP SHA HMAC, right? That is your transform set. Then you specify the profile, right? Profile, IPSec profile. So how do that? Crypto IPSec profile I prof. Inside you say set transform set as tset, right? And then you apply this on the interface tunnel 10 tunnel protection protection profile IPSec I prof. So this is how you do it, right? So I'll go, and the beauty of this is that this will be same on all the pairs, right? You need not change anything, right? So if you go to phase 1, you go to R1. First of all, let's start with R1. Okay, let's go to R1. This is phase 1 done, right? And then you specify the key. Done. Okay, I think some mistake. Crypto IPSec amp. Okay, I have Cisco 123 and the address in this. Okay, done. So I have to specify the address here, address field. Done. And then you have the transform set, right? Phase 2. Let's go. Hit. Nice. That's done. Then you have the profile. Crypto. Let me type this. Crypto IPSec profile iProf. Yeah. Set. Transform set. tset. Nice. Exit. So that is the same crypto IPSec profile iProf set transform set tset. So that command is okay. Then you go to interface tunnel and say tunnel protection this, right? Okay, some mistake. Tunnel protection, then you say IPSec. Okay, backwards. IPSec profile iProf. So you say like this. So this is the one. So you do all this on all the routers. Copy. So now it will be like down, right, the neighborship, because R1 is encrypting and R2 doesn't know what to do, right? R2, R3, R4. Nice. So the neighborship is again up, as you can see. Now when I do my ping, right, the same ping that I did from here, let's do ping. Am I capturing this? I don't think I'm capturing this. Let's capture this on this thing. Let's capture this on R1 E00, right? And open Wireshark. And now if I go to my R1, do ping 44.44.44.44 source of loopback 0. The ping is gone, and you can see this is the one. Going to, okay, this is not the one, from R1, right? So from R1 I need this one, I think. I'm going to, oh, there are so many packets, right? So if I do this, I should see, yeah, this one should be the, oh yeah, 15.1 going to that. But then again, you'll not be able to see the payload, right? So this is the ICMP, I know that. Okay, so this is how you do the mGRE, and then you run like the routing protocol over it, and then also the encryption, right? So this is your mGRE. Now let's move on to DMVPN. How does DMVPN like connects to mGRE? So the idea here is to have a hub and spoke topology in DMVPN. And second thing is, I want to make this NHRP mapping dynamic. Okay, like right now it's static, right? I specify each endpoint, so that is not there in your DMVPN. So what changes in DMVPN is the concept of NHS, right? Next hop server. So one of the router will be your next hop server, and what will happen is, say, okay, let me just grab my pen and delete this. Okay, so now what we'll do in DMVPN is, this is my NHS. Okay, what will happen is, I'll say from there, I'll say IP mGRE NHS is equal to 192.168.1.1. So once I specify this router 4 will go to NHS and register himself with the NHS, and you will see the mapping here dynamically appear. And you saw that mode, right? Mode as static. Now it would be dynamic. So that is the thing. So dynamic. And likewise, when I specify on R2 as this and R2 R3 as same, I mean the mapping as IP NHRP NHS this, they will go and register with the NHS dynamically. So the NHS will have all the mappings created dynamically. And on the like the spokes, what you need to do is, you need to have a static mapping towards your NHS. So you need to specify one, who is my NHS, second, how to reach to my NHS statically. So that is how you do. Let's try and configure this. So on your, so what I'll do is, I need to remove all this. So I'll just remove this what do you say, the mapping, I mean the phase 1 and phase 2. Okay, let me pause and remove all this and come back. Okay, now that I have removed the encryption on this, and also I'll stop the neighborship, right? So no router EIGRP, I think 1. Okay, I think that was 100. Yeah, so I'll do the same on all the routers. No router EIGRP 100. Nice. On R3 also no router EIGRP 100. So this is done. And on R4 also no router EIGRP 100. Okay, nice. So now what we will do is, we will go to so if you see here on R1, if I say do show IP NHRP, map do show IP NHRP, can I see traffic static purge NHS dynamic detail brief tunnel? Okay, I have dynamic, nothing is there. If I check static, then I will have static, right? I have the static mappings here, this one. Or I can do the summary, I think. Yeah, I can do the summary command. Okay, I have 3 static and all traffic. Okay, then I can also do the brief command, which will show me the dynamic as well as the static one. So right now I have static. What I'll do is, on on R1, right, I'll remove all this. I'll remove do show run section NHRP, right? So if I do this, yeah, so what I'll do is, interface tunnel 10, I'll say no, I don't need any of this. See, I don't need any of this. So I'll go here, this is the one, right? I don't need any mapping, so I'll go to no, 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 and no. So I'll copy all of this and I'll go here in my tunnel interface, this, and boom, gone. So now what I'll do is, I'll specify IP NHRP. Okay, I need to go to my interface tunnel. Interface tunnel 10 IP NHRP map right? I'll say IP NHRP map, and then I'll say multicast, right? I have multicast, and then I have another option for this is on. Okay, the problem is, let me check the show run interface tunnel 10, right? Okay, I have this network ID and I'm saying multi-point. Okay, this is my hub, so I don't need anything apart from this. So I need to go to my what? I need to go to my, this is phase. Okay, this is R2. Yeah, go to my R2. So on R2, if I check do show run interface tunnel 10, right? Okay, on R2. No, I want on R2. Do show run interface tunnel 10. So I have mapping towards all of these, so I don't need this actually. Tunnel 10, I'll say no. First of all, I don't need this one, then I don't need all this, I don't need the below 3, no, I don't need the this one also, and I don't need this one also, right? So what I'll do is I'll capture this on Wireshark. What I'll do, I will capture the registration message, right? I told you whenever I say NHS, it will go and register with the NHS, right? So on the NHS you don't need to specify that I am the NHS. Okay, so you go to this one. This is your R2, right? Yeah, R2. So here I don't need all of this. I just need this mapping for my R1. Okay, for my R1 I need the mapping because that is my NHS. So I'll say IP NHRP NHS 192.168.1.1. That's it. That is the one command that I need. IP NHRP NHS 192.168.1.1. Done. That is what I need. Let's check on this. Do I have any? Yeah. So you can see I have a registration request and a reply, right? So if I go to R1, I'll see this mapping now. Do show IP NHRP dynamic, right? See, now you see this, that R2 has registered to me. Likewise, I have to go to R3 here, and I have to say interface tunnel 10 IP NHRP map. No, first of all NHS, and then 192.168.1.1. Once I do this, I'll receive another NHS from R3, right? And I need to see show run interface tunnel 10. Actually, how many things I have? Do show run. So yeah, I need to remove which one? I don't need this one. I don't need this one. I don't need all the multicast things. Okay, now I have this. R3 has also registered. Now let me go to do show run interface tunnel 10, right? So I'll go here and I'll like remove this interface tunnel 10, and I'll remove this from the configuration, that is this one. And don't need this. Okay, I don't need this one. I don't need this one. Okay, I don't need this one. I don't need this one. I don't need this one also. Last one. Done. and I have to specify IP NHRP NHS 192.168.1.1. Once I do this, you will see another registration message on this as from R4. So now when you go to R1, you will see show IP NHRP. Okay, do show IP NHRP brief. Now you see dynamic, right? Now if you try to ping from do ping 192.168 1.1.3, so it's successful because I have that dynamic mapping. So this is the concept of NHS, wherein you have this router 1, the hub actually, as behaving as the next hop server, and all the spokes come and register to your server, and likewise you get the mapping dynamically, right? You don't need that static mapping. So this video is getting very lengthy, so what I'll do is I'll have another video wherein we will discuss DMVPN phase 1 and phase 2. Okay, so guys, thanks for watching my video, and please don't forget to subscribe, share and like my content, and do watch out for my next video that will be on DMVPN phase 1 and phase 2. Yeah, thank you, bye bye.